3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Hoops R Us, the best podcast ever.
Hey guys, it's your host Xander, and today we got an awesome episode of Hoops R Us. Since our last episode, there have been crazy things that have been going on. A superstar who has been injured, which can cost this team a championship run, and a lot of even matchups for the semifinals. So stay tuned for an awesome episode of Hoops R Us. So a lot has been going on since the first round. And right now we are watching the 76ers versus Miami Heat game. And we gotta get into the superstar who is missing for them. So, Joel Embiid, he got injured last game with his his eye was like shut.
Like an orbital fracture, which is basically the bone around your eye socket. And that happened on the final game of round 1 against the Raptors, actually.
Yeah, and Pascal Siakam elbowed him. Wow, Pascal's he's that strong?
Well, no, I think this could happen to anybody. It was just a freak accident.
It's a crazy accident, though. Like, Jesus.
The fact is, he actually finished that game, but now he's been out, and he's expected to miss up to 3 games in this series.
Only 3 games?
Well, think about it. Three games.
Okay. I didn't know, because I expected him to, be untimable, but 3 games, I mean, I think they just need Harden to step it up here, and if Harden can handle this, they can
games,
wait 3
dude?
games.
No, they can't.
I mean, unless he does a Ben Simmons.
Listen, Harden could go off and score 40 points and have
Harden
10
can't
rebounds and
win,
assists.
really.
But Joel Embiid is the centerpiece of this team. Let's not forget.
I know, but Harden has to control the tempo of the series, you know?
He can, but not without missing his Batman.
Well, yeah, but he's going to have to be the Batman for now. Tobias Harris is going to have to step it up. And Maxey has to continue being the Jordan Poole he's been.
I don't think this is happening because here's the deal. I mean, Miami has no injuries. They actually got back Oladipo late in the season.
He's
so
good.
They're at full strength, and Miami is not playing around. So even with Embiid, this was going to be a pretty even matchup. And you mentioned it during the intro. All these round 1 semi-conference
no upsets.
semis.
Technically, by the standings, there's no upsets.
None. So any team can beat any team in this round for both the East and the West. That's what's crazy about it.
Wait, and speaking of even, many people say this was the only upset, the Nets. Was that really an upset, though?
I mean, on paper it was, because you had the big bad Nets who were the super team and the 2 most skilled players ever, and Kyrie and KD, they're big names. But team-wise, you're absolutely right. They had no shot, team-wise, to go up against Boston, who's arguably the best team in the East now that Middleton is injured.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was an upset, in my opinion. I mean, they weren't playing like a team.
It was an upset in the sense of they got swept. I think that was not expected.
Yeah, I even said they're going to win 1 game at least, right? I mean, come on. You guys can handle 1 game. But no, the Celtics got the job done, game 4.
Yeah, and the Celtics looks good, but they didn't look that good. So let's go through some of the matchups.
Speaking of let's go through who got eliminated first, right?
Go for it.
So, my favorite one, I want to go with this first. The Warriors and Nuggets. We obviously beat the Nuggets.
That was a mismatch.
That was such a mismatch. We should have swept them, but we went a little too easy on game 4. I mean, considering that they beat us by a game winning bucket or something. But anyways, right? So we beat them. We also got the Bucks defeating the Bulls.
Which was interesting is I think to the Bucks' benefit, they should have tried to prolong that series. I don't know that you could intentionally lose, but Middleton was out, and they still took care of business without Middleton.
Well, it was risky to just say let's just lose, because then
you can't just lose.
the
That's
Bulls
impossible.
the Bulls also were a good team, and they weren't trying to mess around with the Bulls.
No, exactly. You don't want to mess around with anybody. First of all, they're not going to lose any games on purpose in the playoffs. But if they were to lose, it wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, because it'll give Middleton some more time to recover. And Middleton's still out, and now they're up against a much tougher team. And I don't know.
I don't know if they, but the Bucks beat the Celtics Game 1.
Insane.
101-89.
It wasn't even close.
What happened? Giannis didn't even get a 30 or anything.
Yeah, but Giannis still controlled the tempo.
Giannis had a triple-double.
Yeah, Giannis controlled the game. It was at their pace. And not only that, they played great defense. They held that team to 89 points.
Wow. And I thought the Celtics team, how complete is that?
Well, the Bucks play as a team. So everybody knows their role. Even with Middleton out, they have people like Drew Holiday.
I told you, you even told me that I don't think Drew Holiday can be a 2 guy. He scored 25 points, leading scorer that game.
Hey, he shut me up.
Making a lot of threes that game.
He shut me up. And listen,
I think
I'm
Drew Holiday's
surprised.
good.
I'm kind of surprised that he went off like that, because I thought with Marcus Smart, it was just not going to be an easy day in the park for him.
Well, maybe Marcus Smart was guarding Giannis. They better not have Tatum.
No.
They better not have Tatum guarding him.
It's a rotation of guys, and it's mostly big guys. And
what, like a zone or something?
No. I mean, like in one possession, you may have a Tatum guarding him. Then it may be a Brown guarding him. And then once in a while, you may get a Smart guarding him. But it wasn't just one person all game is what I'm trying to say. You know?
And then the other Game 1 of the semi, just since it's my team, we beat the Memphis by 1 point. 117-116.
That was insane. And you know what? They
Crazy.
drew up the same exact... First of all...
Clay misses 2 free throws.
Yeah, leading up to that moment, Clay could have sealed the game, or at least put it up by 3. And he missed 2 free throws, in a complete choke job.
I mean, I know all of our free throw shooters are struggling. I mean, I've seen Curry miss this playoff series, Jordan Poole. I don't know, maybe it's because it's the playoffs, but wow.
But you know what? It's critical to win that game on the road, because they were in Memphis and they won that game. And then the last possession, what's interesting is they ran almost the identical play as what they did against the Timberwolves, where it was a last-second shot on a layup attempt.
We ain't no Timberwolves, Memphis. We not no Timberwolves. We're a tougher team, man.
Huge shout-out to Klay Thompson, because what he did was...
his defense then at the end.
Yeah, like he wasn't even the one guarding Morant. He just noticed the play, and he just switched over.
Right away.
Didn't foul, more importantly,
Mm-hmm.
and Morant barely missed that layup. It was
You
crazy.
think it was barely? He hit the other...
I think he picked the wrong type of layup. He tried to go under, like an under scoop, instead of just going over, almost like an old school sky hook. He should have done like, you know who was famous for hitting those type of shots? Derrick Rose. Yeah, Derrick Rose.
Oh.
Yeah, like the old school 1-2, and then almost like a hook to avoid the blocker. So
yeah, then he did that against the Lakers, as a matter of fact.
Probably. But D Rose was like the last one to like, was
I
really
thought
good
this
at that
guy
shot.
was the next D Rose. I mean, he scored 34
Oh
points.
no, he was killing you guys.
He scored 34 points, and Jaren Jackson scored 33 points, and they still lost.
You know what would have also probably been a better shot is just stop. If he would have just hit he was going so fast though, Ja was. But if he would have just suddenly stopped and shot like a little floater or a little jumper, there's no way that Clay was going to stop in time. He was going to have an open shot.
Yeah. And, I mean, he was probably thinking he didn't have that much time as well. But still, maybe. And also, Draymond Green got ejected that game.
That
was
for?
Flagrant foul.
Huh. Surprise, surprise.
What?
Draymond Green is a dirty player. Come on.
He's
always in the middle of some controversy.
A smart player, though.
He's not. He's smart, but he's
smart.
also dirty.
But he's tough. That's why.
No, he's also dirty.
He's tough.
He does stupid things. Like, dude, did you not
Kick
learn
someone
from...
in the privates, though? That's not intentional
that
either.
Was intentional.
How is that going to be intentional?
Because his name is Draymond Green.
He jumped up and his leg was up, though.
He does things like this all the time. So when you have a bad reputation, your credit score don't lie, my friend.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't on purpose that he...
Oh, of course not. Yeah, he's a saint.
Why would he do that to Steven Adams?
Because he's an idiot.
Steven Adams has never done anything.
It
to
doesn't
him.
matter. The way that he plays the game is very dirty. Very, I didn't mean to hurt him. I want to catch him. This guy pulled somebody down from his jersey. Like, dude, what are you grabbing? There's no play in basketball where you grab somebody by the jersey. There's no play. You either have a block and your hand is wide open. There's no play where you grab anybody in basketball. This is not football. So there's no reason that your hand should clench in a fist when you're playing basketball. So that is a dirty play.
He clinched the fist?
Yeah, he had to grab his jersey, so he had to open his hand
my
and close his hand.
gosh.
Tell me what play in basketball requires you to open your hand and close your hand.
So you're telling me this is the first time that you've ever seen this before?
No, not the first time, but I'm not surprised by it is what I'm trying to say, because Draymond Green's a dirty player, and he meant to grab the guy by the jersey and pull him down. So, yeah, eat up your flagrant 2 and enjoy your suspension. Is he suspended for a game?
No, he's not suspended.
Lucky.
So why would he get? Oh my gosh! Just
No, I didn't
why
know.
would he get suspended?
'cause
Like
it-
I hated when he got suspended in 2016. That was so
because
like,
he had a bunch of technicals for being an idiot.
oh my god! But it was LeBron like stepping over him.
And then he decided to punch him in the balls.
He didn't punch him in the balls. No, he didn't.
Listen,
But still, we
Draymond
still.
brings it upon himself. It works for him most of the time, but sometimes it costs his team as well. So we'll see.
But hey, we still won, right? Curry had 24 points. Okay, so he was our starting lineup though, and I know exactly why. Gary Payton, point guard. Curry, shooting guard. Technically point guard, though. He's running up the ball. Small forward, Clay. Power, Wiggins. Center, Green. And I know exactly why. Because we needed Payton on John Morant.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now, that is his assignment. And he got torched for 34.
Well, what? Oh, so not all those arguments where you said Iguodala did so many things. Meanwhile, LeBron scored 37. How about all those picks, though? We don't know if he scored 34 ISO against Gary Payton.
I bet he didn't. I bet it's not all 34. But at the end of the
Exactly.
day, the guy that was your assignment scored 34.
Yeah, but still, Iguodala's assignment scored 37,
Why are
and
you hating on
Iguodala
Iguodala?
got
He was
Finals
he was in
MVP.
your team.
No, I'm not hating on him.
Sound like
but
a hater?
you're saying that how you gonna switch it up? Like he didn't do so bad because apparently it won a player a Finals MVP, and you said he deserved it more than Curry.
Well, listen, it's not me saying it. The NBA
You said it as well, though.
But it's not just me. The NBA that votes for these MVPs decided that Iguodala was more important than Curry during that finals.
So how
So
does this make it any
Curry-
different then?
So it's different because I'm not over here saying that Gary Payton II is going to be the MVP of this series. That's why it's different.
Yeah, but still, like
Oh, what
Iguodala
happened?
didn't impact anything.
Oh, okay. So so forget my opinion, but the whole NBA thought that he won the MVP, and it's a fact that
look.
Curry has never been the Finals MVP of
Oh,
any
he's
of his
gonna win it this
championships.
year. Trust.
Gotta win the championship.
Jordan Poole, we're gonna win. I think we're gonna ease through the Grizzlies. And Jordan Poole scores 31 off the bench.
Yeah, I'm
Beautiful.
telling you, I told you, 6-man. That's his job.
Beautiful.
That's his job.
That's just beautiful. And yeah, the Memphis couldn't do anything. I mean,
They could do a lot. They lost by 1 point.
Desmond Bain had 9 points. You tell me. And he
listen.
apparently broke Curry. Okay.
Anytime you win a game by 1 point, it could have gone either way. One bounce one way, one free throw made, one 3-pointer made. You never know. Now, game 2 is what sets the tone because if you remember, game 1 of the Nets versus the Celtics was the same thing. It was on a buzzer beater. Game 2, however, was not close, and that set the tone.
So let's see what happens at game 2.
Exactly, and it's in Memphis' house. So if they beat Memphis in Memphis twice,
Yo,
Memphis is in trouble.
That's gonna be hard. And let me just take away the other teams that got eliminated. Right? Pelicans. I think
they fought hard.
they fought hard. I like Jose Alvarado a lot.
Yeah, they fought hard, and Ingram is becoming. It's like a Tatum situation.
I think Ingram is the best player on that team, and it is not Zion.
Yeah, well, Zion hasn't proven anything. He's only played a little bit. He's shown flashes.
Still, like,
But
how
Ingram has
long are you going to
developed.
be out, though?
Yeah, but you know what's interesting? Ingram was an All-Star the year before. Then Zion was an All-Star. But Ingram kind of took a back seat when Zion got there. His stats were basically the same, like year over year. He didn't improve. But then this
He
year,
didn't improve, so why is he not an All-Star again?
but
then?
this year he improved a lot. And then in the playoffs, he was showing up. Like, he has a little Kevin Durant in his team.
CJ McCollum.
McCollum is a huge acquisition for the Pelicans. Huge. Like, he was just like as good as he was for Dame. Like, he was a really good number 2 in there.
Yeah. Dallas beats the Jazz. Utah.
That to me is a
I
disappointment.
think Utah is also a complete though, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they on paper they look like the most complete team.
On paper,
But
yeah.
they can't figure it out.
I don't know. That team is a little like they're complete, but I'm not sure with
They're
the chemistry.
weird, right? Because look, they have Conley, who's a true point guard. They got Donovan Mitchell. They got the defensive showstopper in Rudy. I mean, I don't know what's up with that team.
I think it's those two superstars. Those guys are not really.
I think they need a new coach. That's what happens.
Yeah, but those guys are even, beefing though. I think, right?
I don't know that they are. They've never said anything like that. I mean, I think everybody's over the whole COVID situation with those two.
Yeah, but Donovan Mitchell got really.
Yeah,
mad
but that
at
was
him.
years ago at this point, dude. They got to move on, and not only that, I think the bigger problem is the fact that they can't figure out how to win in the playoffs. That's the real problem.
Oh, also it comes with egos though too. I told you, Donovan Mitchell is a superstar of the team. Rudy Gobert is the best player on the team though.
I will tell you this much.
So
in
that's
the
like
last possession,
Kobe and Shaq's type of stuff.
Yeah, but in the last possession where the game was basically over,
They did lob it to each other.
no, but not only that, Conley made a bad play. There was like 4 seconds left, and he
Wait, when was this? This was last game?
The game that they got
Oh,
eliminated.
yeah.
Like, he went in for like a layup, but then he traveled. It's like, dude, you're a point guard in the NBA, and all-star. I mean, I don't know if he's had an all-star, but a
He
pretty
has.
damn good point guard.
He has. Remember,
How do you
he
travel with like 10 seconds left? Like, figure out what you're doing. He just choked up. He froze up. But I feel bad for Mitchell.
Why does he have the ball?
Well, I mean, listen, it was an open lane. Like, he could have went in there and start and caused something, or he could have passed it out. He drew in the defense, which is his job.
Yo, Conley has done this again, bro. Remember in the bubble where he shot that 3? Now, it was a shot that you had to shoot, but it was a little time for him to pass to Donovan as well.
Yeah, but I think the biggest heartbreak was Bogdanovich, right? That's his name. He had a wide open 3 to win the game, and he missed it.
He missed it.
Like, wide open. I'm talking about, like, he had a beautiful play. They drew up a beautiful play, and he had an open shot, pump fake. The guy went flying. He was like practice shot wide open.
That's crazy.
That's basketball, man. So feel bad for the Jazz, but
And
better luck next year.
Minnesota out. Minnesota, that was a good series.
That was a fun series, but
it's a
you know
fun
what?
series.
Minnesota is trash, and here's
Whoa,
why.
whoa.
Hold on. Here's why. This is what happens when you have a bunch of guys that don't know how to win. Like,
wow.
Cat was great at times. Edwards was great at times.
I thought you were liking this team when
I
they won
was,
game
but
1.
But I started hating them when they kept choking big leads. These guys were
yes.
up like 20 points,
Yes.
30 points, 10 points. Like, they were always up, and they didn't know how to hold the lead. And then this idiot, Cat,
We in
every time
Minnesota now.
No. Not only that, he talks too much. Every time he would make 1 3-pointer, it's like, dude, there's 9 minutes left. What are you telling the crowd to shut up for? Like, stop. Like, he was so focused on himself and so focused on showing up the crowd and all this nonsense. And it's like, dude, you guys cannot hold the lead. Just win the game for once.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
they deserve to go home.
but you were liking this team, man. Like, jeez,
I thought they put up a better fight.
You know what I think though? They were a little too excited. I mean, I saw Patrick Beverly crying when they beat the Clippers. I'm like, guys, you're not gonna do anything when you make the playoffs. You do know that, right?
They had a chance. I mean,
And
like I
they
said,
had
on paper they had a chance, but
And that was the funny thing. Both 7 and 8 seed did lose in 6 actually. So they had 2 games where they did pretty good.
you know,
And
what's-
also, the Pelicans head coach was actually a staff of the Suns coaching staff last year.
yeah, he was crying at the end. That was tough because it was against the Suns. The Suns got Devin Booker back. That made a huge difference.
I mean, he scored like 11 points, and it still made a huge
that makes it. I mean, I'll talk about that in a sec. But just to wrap up on the Timberwolves, this is what happens when people don't know their roles, right? Because Cat has found that, oh my God, I'm actually pretty good. So now he wants to he's the man. And then
He's always been the man for Minnesota.
But then Edwards is a much better ISO player, so he wants to be the man. He was taking some wild threes with 2 minutes left, And then you have D'Lo, who's kind of the point guard, but not really. He's more like the shooting guard, and he'll take his shots.
D'Lo plays at a good tempo though. That's what
plays
he's
at a
known
slow
for.
tempo, and
A
it works.
slow tempo and it works. It's like wow, he takes his time. It's like Jesus, just go fast.
No, he's
Like
chill mode.
he's chill. He's
But
such a
you know
chill
what?
player.
They at the end they just look lost. They just look like a team of guys that don't even know who's supposed to do what and who's supposed to get the ball. So moving on, the Suns and the Pelicans. It was a good series until Devin Booker came back. Then it was over. And that last game,
Yo, Chris Paul
oh,
did not miss a shot, and he had like 30 points.
he set a playoff record in the history of the playoffs. Nobody has gone. What was it? 13 for 13.
Yeah, something like that.
Insane. He didn't miss a shot, and we're not talking layups. Like this guy, man, was shooting fadeaways.
You know what his thing
all type
is?
of
He
stuff.
goes to the spot and then
You can't do nothing
wet.
about it.
Is that mid range, right? Is that little mid
That
range?
little like around that free throw line, you got to develop that for your own game. If you
But
develop a little,
it's a crazy shot as well.
he
Like,
hangs
to
in the
make
air
it.
a bit.
Yo, Chris Paul. He looked like the Hornets. Chris Paul right there.
He went off on them. He went off. It was insane. Like I said, playoff record. Nobody has ever hit that many shots without missing in the playoffs. Plus, he had his assist and Chris Paul just took over that game. It was insane.
Wow, Chris Paul was like, I gotta become. Do you think Chris Paul is the best player on that team?
Listen,
actually,
no, it's Booker, but Booker's injured. But
I think Chris Paul
I'm
they're
back
equal.
to rooting for Chris Paul. I'm glad that he got Booker back. And I said it before. This changes everything. Remember how I said I think the Warriors might make it out of the West? Stan Van Gundy in some weird interview said that
he said the Mavericks. I'm like,
Mavericks-
yo, what?
Nah, I don't think the Mavericks are.
Mavericks are not that good.
I think it's gonna be between the Suns and the Warriors.
Yeah, I want to see that. That's gonna be a crazy hard matchup. Oh, Harden.
Ooh, Harden going. What's the score here? We got Sander.
39-46. Philly is losing.
That's gonna. I don't think Philly. I mean, without Embiid, it's a different ball game there, and they're playing in Miami.
Reminds me of that super team Miami had.
Miami got some dogs though. I mean, PJ Tucker,
Jimmy Butler, Haslam is still in this team.
Bam, and then Tyler Hero.
Yo, did you see that argument though, where Butler and Haslam they were like,
Yeah, that was a while ago. But you know what? They're both,
wait, how come though? Like,
I
what's
don't
wrong
know.
with
They're
these?
both because they're both alpha males. You know what I mean? So
They're both what? Like
alpha
tough,
males,
right?
They're both tough guys.
Oh, also
And
like
both leaders.
even the Heat coach was mad at Jimmy Butler.
Oh, that's probably
What's up
why.
with this?
So I think Haslam was sticking up for the coach. Like, dude, come on, what are you doing? Because Butler's had a reputation of being a hothead sometimes.
Yeah, and remember in Minnesota, like, yo,
Uh-huh.
everyone hated him.
And because he was calling them out, like he called out Cat, and he was like, "This guy's so talented, but he doesn't put in the work." That's crazy.
Yo, he acted like he was Michael Jordan or something. Like,
Hey, but you know what? He's
he,
got the mindset.
he has the mindset of
Ooh,
Michael
nice play,
Jordan. He
Harden.
just doesn't have the skill of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, but you know what? He plays offense. He plays defense. He's tough. I mean, listen, Harden's got 10 points. He's shooting 3 of 7, 2 of 4 from 3.
2 4 from 3
You're
is
gonna
not
need,
bad.
Like 40
but
points, Harden.
yeah, you need a little
Ooh,
more.
good defense by
D.
Harden though, right there.
Give it to Harden. What are you doing? They're taking bad shots though. Like, look at that. That's a bad shot. What are you doing?
That's a bad shot.
Danny Green, you're not
All right.
that
So
good.
what else we had in the elimination? We talked about all the
Oh,
eliminations.
Hawks. Yo, Trae Young got bullied.
This is too much. Listen, I'm telling you, I think last year was a fluke when the Hawks made it as far as they did because they're not that good. I don't know how they got that far.
Trae Young was just, when you're hot, you're hot.
I guess, but Trae Young was shut down by Miami. That defense was
Yo,
way
he
too tight
was
on him.
getting bullied. Like, it was bullying. It was
Insane.
crazy. And last year they made the Eastern Conference Finals.
I
Yo,
don't know
Jimmy
how.
Butler was playing real good D against Trae Young. Trae Young had like 13,
Look at in the first round, Jimmy Butler was scoring like 30 points a game.
and Trae Young was averaging like 10 a game.
That's crazy. But I mean, we're not even going to spend some energy on that. So now we're on round 2. Every matchup is crazy.
So what's your predictions for these matchups?
Let's go through it quick. Give me the first one.
Miami, Philly. I got Miami.
Philly.
Wow, I can't believe Miami.
I think, unfortunately, because Embiid is going to be out 2 to 3 games, and they're going to lose 2 to 3 games, I'm going to have to go Miami because even when
Harden
Embiid
scores
comes back,
like 40. It's still not going to do
It's
anything.
going to have to be a Superman game for Harden to like sneak one out of Miami. They could lose the first two. If they lose the first two and Embiid is back for game 3, I could see Philly still pulling it off, but
I doubt that.
it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
Let's see, right?
So I'm going to go Miami because, again, complete team, no injuries. That alone is a huge characteristic. If a team is complete with no injuries, that's a huge plus in my column. So I'm going Miami.
I also got Miami just because they're like aggressive as well, and they're gonna like.
Even with Embiid, you mean?
I mean, maybe though. Bam's not a bad defender as well.
Yeah, but nobody's touching Embiid in there, man. He's too big.
Still though, Bam's not such a bad defender.
No, he's not. He'll do good. Well,
I think Miami still would. Maybe Philly if Embiid was there, but Miami's gonna take this.
All right, so we both got Miami. What's the next one?
Celtics, Milwaukee. Okay,
Woo!
so if the Celtics they cannot slip away that win and Milwaukee without middle, they cannot do that. You just can't do that.
You can't lose another one. You're saying?
Yeah, they can't lose another one. They should win this in 5. Oh my!
In 5, after what I just saw, where the Bucks played like a team. There's no way the series goes less than 6 games.
I know. I think. Well, all right, fine. Let me. I think in 6, I still have. Actually, you know what? No, I got Milwaukee.
What?
I got Milwaukee.
Regardless of what happens with Middleton.
Remember, I told you though, Giannis is such a beast, so dominant. He can control the game. So, I have Milwaukee. Whether they have Middleton or not. If they have Middleton, it's definitely over.
I mean, listen, Boston...
And Boston has a history with Celtics.
Boston's good, but I told you the Eastern Conference was going to get crazy after the first round. I am going, and I hate this team, but I'm going Boston. I think, yes, Milwaukee will win 1 or 2 games, but without Middleton and those guaranteed 20-25 from Middleton... I don't think they can pull
Middleton
this off.
has done that before, though, without Giannis. I'm pretty sure Giannis can do it.
Not against this level of competition. They went up against, who was it?
The Hawks.
Exactly. Come on, dude. Come on.
Phoenix, Dallas. Phoenix. I don't even want to talk. Next.
Me neither. I don't understand who thinks Dallas is going to beat Phoenix. I think they're going to...
Luka is such a beast, though, but Chris Paul on Luka...
The problem is it's just Luka. I get they got Dinwiddie and they got a couple of guys there, but... you got Chris
Brunson
Paul.
Is scoring 30 though.
He is. He's exciting too. But you got guys like Chris Paul and
Booker, Aiden,
and not only that, they're defenders. These guys play defense.
Booker plays defense, huh?
So. But what's the other guy's name?
Chris Paul.
No, not Chris
Aiden.
Paul.
Bridges.
Bridges is good on defense too.
He was a defensive player of the year candidate.
Exactly. So. That's what I'm saying. I think the Suns are going to be too much for that team. I think they're going to smoke them in 4 or 5.
Hey, I see DJ Khaled in this game. Anyways, so I think Suns as well. Sweep. Next. Here we go. Warriors, Grizzlies.
I think.
Wait. Let me go first. Before you say some hater stuff here. I got Warriors. And this is not only because it's my favorite team. It's also, I simply think we're just better. And we're going to use that play-in tournament that we had last year as our motivation. So we're going to get our revenge here. And John Morant, he could do his little gritties, but it ain't going to work here anymore. This is it. John Morant is too young to beat us, in my opinion.
So as much as I hate to say this, I agree. I don't think Memphis is experienced enough to beat the Warriors, but I think this is going 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yes. I think they're going to have such a hard time with Morant, and they're going to win a couple of games here and there. I think it's going to go 6 or 7 games deep. I think I see this as a deep series. However, I think the deeper you get, the more experience plays a factor. I'm going to go with the Warriors advancing to the Western Conference Finals there.
And you think the Warriors will finish the job against the Suns?
We'll talk about that when we get to the next round.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to get...
Let's
not get ahead of ourselves.
Let's see how Booker looks. Let's see how
Curry looks.
Let's see how
Curry
Klay
looks fine, honestly.
Let's see how Klay looks. Klay
looks
still not 100%.
fine, too.
Not really.
He looks fine though. Sure, I think he will be fine, but not. Let's see.
Let's see. You can't be hot. Listen,
Hey, we
Health-
have beaten the Suns
health
though.
and chemistry are big factors, and health is a question mark, like in every team except Boston. And who else is healthy?
Grizzlies,
Grizzlies. That's it.
Suns now, but they
Not
gotta
really,
watch
but
Booker,
Booker's-
right?
Booker just came back from
Dallas.
an injury. Dallas just came back from an injury.
Oh,
Luka Doncic.
oh, Luca.
Dude, it's two teams that have been healthy, like that are walking into this thing healthy. Two.
Yeah.
And our Horford, by the way, shout out to our Dominican friend.
Oh yeah, Al Horford. He's a
He's going
shooter.
off.
He's a shooter as well. He's like one of the best shooting centers in the league right now.
Yep. So
So yeah, I got Warriors. I mean, I'm not gonna stop with my prediction. I got Warriors winning it all. So yeah. So that's gonna wrap it up for today. Lot of even matchups though.
I'm excited about
I'm
it.
excited.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's going to be some good quality basketball starting in the second round. And the last 8 remaining teams, I could see any one of these teams going to the finals. As crazy as that sounds.
What do you mean?
I could see, if you were to tell me the 76ers are going to be the team to make it to the finals. I'll
That's
believe
hard
you.
to see.
If Embiid is back, I could definitely see that. If you were to tell me that Miami will be the one that makes it to the finals, I could see that too. Boston, the Bucks, if Middleton comes back, I could see any one of those teams in the finals. Like, it wouldn't be like those stupid years where we had the Warriors and the Cavs over and over and over and over.
Well,
and
that's
over
been
and
a
over and
it's
over
been
and
a
over.
while for that. I think.
Ever since then, we've had some good basketball. Last year, we had
20
great basketball between the Bucks and
Oh,
the
you
Suns.
think your Lakers in the bubble was great basketball?
I said no. I mean, well, you know what? It was pretty even because that playoff was pretty even.
Okay.
It was pretty even. But with that, we are excited to say that we have launched our official website. So when you get a chance, check out hoopsareUspodcast.com.
And we are expecting merch to come out by this summer.
Yeah. So we'll have some hoodies. We'll have T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
For both youth and for adults. So that's coming soon. That's really exciting. So again, check out our website, hoopsareUspodcast.com. There you can see a little bio on Mr. Sander.
Yes, sir.
See kind of a little summary of our podcast, how it all started. And we'll be shooting our updated episodes on there, YouTube channel on there. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So anything on your mind, feel free to reach out. But really excited to launch our official website. And more to come this summer, as Sander said.
Yes, sir. I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.
Later.